are back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. And the government of New South Wales, Australia, has somehow found a way to fuck me, even though I am however many kilometers away. I think it's like 8,000 kilometers away, maybe 12,000 kilometers away. In the subcontinent, India, they've still managed to figure out how to pin me down and insert it into my rectum. I received a fine today from March when I was in Sydney for $414 for being on my phone while driving. $414 for having a little innocent browse through Instagram while I'm waiting for a fucking red light. 414 Australian dollars. Do you know how many fines I could have got for not wearing a mask in India, just walking around sucking up that COVID for $414? I do, because I looked it up. 48.8. That's 48 times without a mask and one time wearing it on my chin. $414 fucking dollars for being on your phone in traffic. The fucking balls of these cunts in fucking Sydney. I swear to God, the fucking criminals that run that fucking city need to be shot in the fucking head. Either shot in the fucking head or walk in front of the car while I'm checking how many views I had on my latest video. One of the two. Either way, you need to die. How can you even justify $414? Can someone explain that to me, where they got that number from? They're just like, we're going to bleed these fucking cunts of as much money as we possibly can. Sydney is so fucked. Even when you're driving around Sydney, when you're not on your phone, just driving around Sydney, there's that many bridges and tunnels and tolls you need to pay. It costs you like $50 a day one way to get from one side of the city to the other side of the city. And no one seems to care. They're like, well, what are you going to do? Go around? I can't go around. And you can't really go around either, because in Sydney, they've designed it so if you do go around, it actually takes 25 minutes fucking longer. But that would be okay if Sydney was like a fucking pumping city, an international city. But no, the government fucked you out of that as well. The government had night curfews in place for 8 or 10 years, however fucking long it was, that absolutely gutted all the best places, all the best nightlife in Sydney, that turned it into a cookie cutter piece of shit, plastic fucking hellhole. And still everyone was like, oh, well, what are you going to do? No matter what they fuck you on in Sydney and Australia, no matter what they take away from you and fuck you on, you'll always have some fucking dumb Australian going, well, at least I'm living in the luckiest country in the world. At least I'm living in the luckiest country in the world. Look out there. Look at the view. Look at the view. I'm actually thinking specifically of my fucking dad there. Look at the view out there. The lucky country. And I suppose he has a point, because he's from fucking Henderson and Auckland, New Zealand. Anything looks good after that shithole. We're living in the greatest country in the entire world. I've been to other countries. I've been to heaps of other countries, and they're just as good as Australia, if not better. There are plenty of countries just as good, if not better than Australia. We're living in the lucky country. It's the lucky country, but it's only the luckiest country in the world as long as the population stays 80% compliant to whatever the fuck the powers that be want to do. And they will continue to fuck you. Do you know how much it costs for a packet of 20 cigarettes in Australia? $45 motherfucking dollars. And that goes up at 6% a year until the upper middle class are picking the butts up off the street that rich cunts throw out. And yeah, at the moment, the Australian government is throwing money at the Australian people to keep them in lockdown. But they're coming for that. As soon as you cunts get out of lockdown, they're coming for that money again. They're not going to just give you money. Are you fucking insane? They're coming for their money again. They'll raise the fucking GST to 20%. They'll raise taxes. They'll fucking coming for their money again. So your compliance is not going to be rewarded in the long run. That's the thing. Compliance is a short-term fucking game. You will be rewarded for your compliance in the short run, but in the long run, the authorities or the people in power look at a compliant population with absolute fucking contempt and disdain. Eventually, the rhetoric turns from do this for us, for each other, and we'll give you this, to do this and shut the fuck up. Do this and do we have a fucking problem? But compliance is so ingrained into the fucking Australian psyche. It's in everything. She'll be right. She'll be right. It is what it is. It is what it is. What can you do about it, you know? I'm living in the lucky country. It doesn't matter what the fuck they do. I'm living in the lucky country. Look at that fucking view. Look at that blue sky. I'm just really interested in how bad it has to get in Australia before anyone does anything. And I am talking about my fine. I was never talking about anything other than my fine. I want people to rise up and complain to the government about my fine. $414 fucking dollars. And on top of that, you Patreon you Patreon fucks. I got 14 declined credit cards this month. Can you fucking degenerates just once a month, just once a fucking month, just on the first day of the month, not drink down to your very last cent? Can you save 1 pint's worth in your account once a month, please? So I don't have to send messages out going, hey, where's my $6.50, cunt? I don't want to have to do that every fucking month. And how's this? How's this for a kick in the guts? Kicking someone while they're down. I posted a picture of my fine on Instagram and I don't know, he must be some sort of fucking mental patient, sociopath, banker, or he might work for the Sydney government. He's like, hey, I'll sign up for the Rich Cunt Patreon for 2 months if you say Tommy Noonan sucks eggs. And you can't say that's why you said it on the pod. Like product placement, is it? Like I'm placing a fucking McDonald's cup on the kitchen bench while I'm arguing with my wife in some fucking rom-com. Do you think that's what this is? Well, you can keep your fucking money and Tommy Noonan can suck eggs. My 2 eggs. My 2 big, salty, slightly lumpy fucking eggs. And that will do for tonight. If you're enjoying the podcast, fucking do something. Sign up to the Patreon. And I'll see you the fuck later.